Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening once again. It's our pleasure to have you seated here. We now move to another exciting program for the Convocation Ceremony, which is a fireside chat with our first-class graduates. This is usually an opportunity for an open, frank, and engaging conversation with our amiable Vice-Chancellor. The theme of our fireside chat today is books, balance, and breakthroughs, balancing campus life and academic excellence. As you can see, our Vice-Chancellor is already comfortably seated, and we shall be inviting the moderator and the panelists to join him for this interesting conversation. To guide this conversation, we are privileged to have as our moderator a writer and editor who will be sitting with the Vice-Chancellor to moderate. She is of the Department of English of our great university. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to join the Vice-Chancellor, Safia Ismaila. We also have 5 distinguished panelists joining them this evening. I would like to invite Joshua Ahibe from the Department of Microbiology. The next person is Nwogu Ndi Ndubisi from the Business Admin Department of the Center for Distant Learning and Continuing Education. I think we should be more determined in clapping for this very distinguished people. Then we also have Ogeno Chuko Beatrice Omiragwa from the Accounting Department. And the next person. Well, we shall proceed. I would now like to hand over the microphone to the moderator who will take over from this point. I want to specially welcome all of you who are gathered here this evening. We have with us our bursar, we have the registrar, we have the Dean of the Faculty, every other distinguished members who are here to celebrate this moment with us. My attention has just been drawn to the fact that one of the panelists that will be joining the Vice-Chancellor and the other members is Damboy Cynthia Ihovu of the Veterinary Medicine Faculty. Right?
The first graduating student.
Yes. Are they complete? I think they're complete. Ahmed Ramadan Bamidele from the Chemical Engineering Department is also here. And I guess that's the last person on the list. Let's specially welcome all of them with resounding applause. Safia Ismail, the floor is yours as a moderator of this exciting event.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, sir, a very good evening to you. Good evening, professors here present. Senior colleagues here present, dear students, and of course our distinguished students here. I want to first of all welcome you once again And this is a very, as the moderator as the MC has already introduced, the Fireside chat is just a warm chat between the Vice-Chancellor and the students. So we're going to do this in a very relaxed mood, and we hope that we'll be very, very time conscious. I'll first of all start by introducing the panelists. But before then, of course, I will have to reintroduce our Vice-Chancellor. And I want to read a very short bio of the Vice-Chancellor. Professor Hakeem Babatunde Fawemi Sorry, just a moment. Is a highly experienced academic and medical professional with a long career in teaching, research, and university administration in Nigeria. He trained in medicine at the University of Port Harcourt and did his NYSC at the Nigerian Air Force Clinic, Ilorin. He joined the University of Port Harcourt in 1995 and rose through the ranks to become a professor by 2010. He has held major leadership roles, including head of department anatomy, dean of basic medical sciences, and deputy vice-chancellor academic. Professionally, he has been active in national and international medical associations, serving in leadership positions such as Clinical Anatomists of Nigeria, serving in leadership positions such as President of the Society of Experimental and Clinical Anatomists of Nigeria, I beg your pardon. He is widely published with over 100 journal articles, book chapters, and monographs, and has delivered major lectures, including a notable inaugural lecture in 2014. He has contributed significantly to research, supervision, and academic mentorship, supervising numerous undergraduate and postgraduate students, many of whom are now professors. He has also been involved in grants, patents, including the AMRG Anthropometry Chair, institutional development and national accreditation and assessment panels. He has received multiple fellowships and awards, participated in international academic collaborations, and has been recognized in scientific rankings. He has also served as Vice-Chancellor of Nigerian British University before joining the University of Abuja as the Chief Executive and Vice-Chancellor. Distinguished members, please welcome our Vice-Chancellor. Thank you. Now, seated to the left of the Vice-Chancellor, immediate right, I'm left-handed, pardon me, is one of our best graduating students, Joshua Akibe. Joshua Akibe is an indigenous of Edo State, raised in Port Harcourt, and he's a graduate from the Department of Microbiology with a CGPA of 4.74. He's an avid reader and writer who also enjoys music, fitness, and wellness. Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Akibe. Then, beside Joshua is, I'm not going to introduce you just yet. Let me move to Ramadan, and there's a reason for that. Ramadan Ahmed is an indigenous of Ondo State who recently graduated from the Department of Chemical Engineering with an outstanding CGPA of 4.77, emerging as the best students in the faculty. Now, to my immediate right is Ms. Damboyi Cynthia Ihotu, who's a graduate of veterinary medicine with a CGPA of 4.85. She's from Benue State, and she has several interests, including immunology and infectious diseases. She has worked on several book chapters and publications, including nanotechnology enhanced molecular diagnostics of viral infections, a systematic review, and many more. Now, three of these panelists are here because they are first-class graduates of the regular program of the university. Now, if we recall, when the University of Abuja was established, it was established with a dual mandate. That is for the regular and then the distance learning and continuing education. That is, it's a degree program designed for those that cannot enroll in the regular program, for those that are working, for the working class. Now, among those people, there's a gentleman seated next to the Vice-Chancellor, and he is a first-class graduate of the Center for Distance Learning and Continuing Education, that is the CDL. His name is Nwogu Endi Ndubisi from Abia State. He graduated with a CGPA of 4.72. Ndubisi is married with children, and before joining the CDL as a student, he has earned a diploma in management from the University of Essex, United Kingdom, and a certificate in creative presentation and public speaking from School of Media and Communication, Lagos Business School, now Pan-Atlantic University, Lagos. And then finally, I would like to introduce the lady, Miss Ogeniochuko Beatrice Omiragwa. She is here not because she is the best graduating student. She is here because she did something that is outstanding. She passed her ICANN exams in 300 level. And that is mind-blowing, really. We all know ICANN exams are exams that people write 20 times, 30 times, and they keep writing and writing. But she was able to pass that in her 300 level while in the university. So you're welcome. So these are very exceptional students that we have here. Now, I would like to ask you, and I'll be very glad if you can be as brief as possible so that we can keep to time. Now, the first question goes to the Ms. Ogenechukwu. How did you do this? How were you able to pass your ICANN exams in your 300 level? Thank you very much. I should have asked the Vice-Chancellor to speak, but I want the Vice-Chancellor to listen to you so that he will be able to address you properly. So thank you very much. And then to you, Kennedy, how was it like being a student, and then how did you achieve what you have achieved? Okay, thank you so much. Ramadan, you are the best graduating student in chemical engineering. How? How were you able to achieve that?
Study to practice and to write lab reports. So I use time trackers. I track my times, my habits. So I try to create systems that would track and make sure I'm disciplined enough to achieve like the task at hand. Maybe reading, maybe writing lab reports, maybe designing projects, maybe so on and so forth. So I think that's basically how it works. You need to develop systems that actually work. You don't need to depend on motivations. You need to ensure that there are things that will put you in place and ensure that you do the work that is necessary to achieve your desired goals.
It would be difficult to say that this particular challenge is the biggest, but I will want to say that time was actually my biggest challenge. However, I was actually tutored by the best in the department, and I remember when we were on human resource management, and we were taught about time management quadrant by Stephen Covey. And it was, the way it was illustrated is where you have what is important and what is not important, what is urgent and what is not urgent. So in managing my time that turned out to be very difficult, I was able to highlight what is very important and very urgent. And I know that I should allocate time to it to deal with it. Then I also looked at what is it that is important but not urgent. I was also taught that in such situation you should learn to delegate. Then what is important and what is not urgent, or what is urgent but not important. All right, what is urgent but is not important. Now, what is urgent and not important, what I do was to schedule when I'm going to do it. Then that which is not important and it is not urgent, they are really the time waster, they kill dreams, they frustrate improvement, and I was able to jettison it. And so that was, time management was a problem, but because I was well tutored, I understand how to handle it, and I did it well, and that was why I had the excellent result. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's always a thing in my department that we say that vet pushes you to the wall, and when you reach the wall, it keeps pushing you further down till you break and pass through. That's how we describe vets as veterinary students then. So I would say there are several times I wanted to give up, but I just kept going because I looked at the fact that my parents have been supporting me. I was so grateful and I loved studying. So I kept going. So I would say one thing that every student should be resilience and hard work because it truly pays. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, I will come to the Vice-Chancellor. Vice-Chancellor, sir, what does this moment mean to you as the Vice-Chancellor, seeing these outstanding students graduate as your children? What does this mean to you, sir?
Thank you very much. Like any father, it's a moment of huge pride to me. I'm very proud of each and every one of them. They have shown a lot of discipline, commitment, and there are one or two things common to all of them. Although the man said a bit of systems, he tried to, but it still boils down to discipline, time management, and of course having that focus and that aspiration from beginning. That was something that is common to all of them. It shows that they are extraordinary ladies and gentlemen. I'm very proud of them, and I feel very confident sending them out to the world, and that I know they will go and prove their mettle anywhere they go and flying the banner of the university very high and very clean. So I am very proud of them, and I stand to say that anytime.
Thank you very much, Vice-Chancellor, sir. I still have another question for you, sir. What values or qualities do you believe set the students apart?
Yes, I've said it. That spirit of determination is very important. It comes first, then hard work, commitment, and of course, discipline, consistency. Because when you start in the first year, if you falter in the second, you are not likely to make the 4.7, 4.8, the ladies and gentlemen. So it has to be consistent. You have to have the focus. You have to be determined. And then, of course, you have to leverage it on hard work and commitment to that determination. And you will see that you can make it. People say that, of course, they are likely to be very intelligent people, very smart people, and coupled with these attributes I have said. So those are the virtues I think you need to excel in the academia.
Okay, thank you very much. So, dear students, you've heard it all. The values that you must imbibe in order to become like these students, in order to excel and also graduate with the first class, the Vice-Chancellor has said it. You have to be disciplined, you have to be determined, you have to be consistent. Not that you say this semester I'll play, next semester I will make it up. It doesn't work like that. If you begin to fail from 100 level, there is no way you can miraculously just excel at 400 level. So you have to set the bar right from year one and be consistent. You have to be hardworking throughout. Thank you very much, sir. And then one last question for you. Beyond academic success, what should truly define a graduate of this university? Because I know that degrees are awarded in character and learning. In fact, character is first, then learning. So beyond the academic success of any student, what values truly define a graduate of this university, sir?
As I said in my speech yesterday, this is not just a university in a federal university. It is a university in a federation in the federal capital. And it's a university of national unity. And we train our students in character and learning. So what should define anybody in a mini Nigeria as a large-hearted, fair-minded person who will go into the world and conquer is the spirit of inclusivity, is the spirit of being totally detribalized, spirit of accepting everybody, irrespective of any affiliation, religious, tribal, gender, and so on. You are in a University of National Unity. I can tell you there is hardly any state in the Federation that is not represented here, and nearly every tribe. So therefore, apart from being an outstanding academic, that spirit of inclusivity in accepting diversity anywhere you go, not just in Nigeria, is one of the attributes, and of course respect for human dignity, respect for one another, and its reciprocity. You know, that is what I expect our students to display anywhere they go, and that should single them out from students of other regional or state federal universities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, if there is any question you would like to ask any of the students?
Well, I must say I'm very impressed with them. And I'm not a professor of veterinary medicine or mechanical, but I would like to know what your aspirations, what's next. Why it also concerns me is that yesterday I made a pronouncement that the two sessions will be given automatic employment. A lot of people feel that that's not enough.
Are you not going to clap?
I also feel that that is not enough. But you know, we're exercising some restraints. We are coming from somewhere it was not like that to somewhere now, to somewhere we can accommodate what we can run with. So it will be good to know which one, because I said to advance their careers. Some of them may not want to, even if you offer them the job as first class, some may not take it. They turn it down and say, look, I want to be a businessman. I want to go into industry. I don't want to work for anybody and so on, despite their high intellectual standing. So I would like to know from each of them what next, so that I know our potential colleagues that will join us here in the university and stay, jackpot when we give the permission, and come back and continue in the academic line. So I'd like to ask my dear son on my extreme right, what next?
Okay, so after University of Abuja, as undergraduate University of Abuja, so I'm thinking of...
Skip NYSC, because I expect everybody here except him to go for NYSC. So don't say, well, after this I'll go for my NYSC. I want to assume that. Yeah.
Okay, so after NYSC, I'm thinking of gaining advanced skills in machine learning, and then to develop and improve process, like industrial processes in Nigeria and Africa at large. So my route is basically a researcher, like after research, then focus on applying the research findings to industrial like development and advancement. So basically, I plan to be in academia for a very short time, and then I also plan to like make sure that the results that are being generated from researches in academia are actually being like implemented in, you know, developing chemical engineering processes, manufacturing processes that would benefit Nigeria and Africa at large. Because I realize that so many researches are being conducted, and then the findings are just being neglected or kept in
gathering
libraries
dust on the shelves.
Yes. So there's the need to actually use the results and then better our lives as Nigerians and as Africans, and to improve the living conditions of everybody in the world. Yes.
Thank you very much. That places you in the academia, not for a short time. If you say, I want to develop more skills, I want to say, is it through certification courses? It has to be through a master's degree most times. Not through certification courses, then you use those ones to do research. You won't be qualified to do research to come up with findings that will advance the cause of humanity. So if you want to do processes, chemical engineering, you'll be in a university setting. it makes you an academic, so that you, this mind of inquiry, wanting to do research, and of course wanting to teach, and then advance, not allowing it gathers dust, but send it to industry so that you can commercialize it. Is that okay? So you are a material for the academia. When you go in, then you decide how long you want to stay. I'm sure when you go in, you keep getting engrossed. After the master's, you want to do PhD, because that zeal to want to know more will be there. And again, as an academia in engineering, you can also partner with industry in so many ways. All right.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. So the next lady, she's already a chartered accountant. Before she became a graduate, she was accounting technician. She's now a chartered accountant. So she's moving very fast. So what's next?
Thank you, sir. After my NYSC, I want to further my academics by applying for masters and then work with an audit firm, because I would like to specialize in audit and assurance and forensics. I want to gain that practical experience in depth, and after the required number of years, get my practicing license, and then have my own accounting firm, consulting firm, and keep studying, basically.
Yeah, thank you for being very frank. You will join Akintola Williams first, and then from there they will groom you, and then you develop your own accounting firm specially for forensic audit. So you catch people who have been hiding the figures and cooking the books, and then we'll be somewhere being very proud of you. Anytime they want to catch one smart crook who built several houses, but nobody can pin where the money came from, but we know it's from that factory. We will now call you to go back and let him tell from income to expenditure. Yeah, so it's a good dream, good aspirations. But let me tell you, sometimes people could change their minds. You could start after youth service and see that there's something you are doing that could drag you back into academia. Sometimes let God guide you, and then you follow your instincts, right? Yes, but I know you'll do well in industry, and we'll be proud of you if that's the way you want to go.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
Yes, my good friend, microbiology, 4.7 something.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you, sir.
So what next after now?
The goal is to become a professor.
You'll be our colleague, but you'll be a bit of funky professor, unless you change over time. Over time, you will change. When they start drilling you, you do masters, do PhD. You'll be smart, you'll be passing, but you see life more seriously. All right, so what next?
So I'm done with my NYSC now, and while I'm applying for my master's, I'm taking some certification courses on AI management and how to integrate that with microbiology. I'm also writing a lot of research papers with Cynthia here. I've collaborated quite a number of times and published some works. So that's the goal: master's, PhD, and eventually professorship.
Fantastic. So you're already publishing with
Yes, sir.
Cynthia. She's in veterinary medicine,
Yes.
and you're in microbiology.
Yes.
And there is an aspect of veterinary medicine called veterinary microbiology and parasitology. So you can collabo,
Yes, we have.
not collabo as in musicians. You can collaborate,
Yes,
and
sir.
you can work together, and of course come up with groundbreaking research.
Yes, sir. That's
Because
the goal.
for you to make this CGPA means you have a very sound mind
Thank you,
that
sir.
will want to unravel an inquiry and come up with something like a breakthrough. So I encourage you to continue and become a professor within a very short time.
Amen.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. For the man on my immediate left, I'm very proud of you. Your own story is a bit different. And I was going to ask you, how did you do it? You know, you're married, from what she said, familied, you schooled abroad. I'm sure maybe you are working and maybe senior in your career already, and you still had the time and that spirit of determination to still make a first class through distant learning. Whether you do it from home, online, or anywhere. In fact, the one online is the one you are more likely not to take seriously, Because that one, you just switch off your video and be chewing popcorn and then watching television, and the thing is going on, but your name is registered on attendance. But for those who are serious-minded people, they will focus on it. You don't have to see me. That mind, that spirit to learn is there. That spirit of test for knowledge. So I'm very proud of you. I don't want to say what next. Next is to be Chief Executive Officer in the next few months. So what next?
Thank you, sir. I'm already charting the course. I am in my third semester at the University of Abuja Business School, and thereafter the DBA. I work in the oil and gas sector of the Nigerian economy. Even before being admitted at the University of Abuja to study business admin, I already have passion for management. And you know that when you look at it, what is it that drives you as a person? It is grit and focus. What next for me? Yeah, I'd like to be a consultant. Maybe for the University of Abuja, since it's where
the registrar and secretary to council is there. He can write an appointment letter for you to be a consultant if he chooses to.
Thank you, sir. So that is actually where the journey is heading to. And I know that with what I have, with the people who had been tutoring me here, I'll get there.
Thank you very much. There is a passion for academics. At the same time, he's an experienced, of course, he's been in industry, oil and gas industry. Most likely has seen money, but that did not deter him from meeting his aspiration. And not just passing the exam and say, well, at this age, my children will be the first class. He's determined to be, so that he will be the best of the consultants, and he has a flair for management. So yes, I look at something that you'll be, as I said, a CEO of your own company
by God's grace,
in the near future.
Amen.
Because I know oil companies don't take long to pension people. When they think you've had enough, you've enjoyed enough, at a very early stage, but with very good gratuity, and with your kind of mind, I know you will not throw the money away. No. You will invest it properly and move on in life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I would like to say that my mentor, who is currently lecturer at the Department of Microbiology in person of Dr. S.A. Aranshola, he inspires me a lot. I mean, he has currently written over 200 published books, and he has other publications. He's currently doing his postdoc. He inspires me so much, so I hope I can step into his shoes some days in the coming years. So, and I think academia will be a place for me to strive.
Thank you very much. I know you will outdo him, because your own has started very early. He inspires you a lot, which means he's a role model to you. And already you are beginning to walk the talk. Not say, oh, I like the man, he's my role model, I admire him a lot, but you are walking the talk because you've started well. With that kind of CGPA, you are the kind of person that will excel and publish more than 200. I know what it means to publish 200 publications. I have over 100. I know not many professors do, but even 50 is not easy, you know. And over 100 to 200, I've seen a few people, there are very few that are, but you excel. I know you will do that. By the time you do a collaboration with this man, you become lead author in some, he's lead author in some, the ones that concerns his discipline, and then you get to meet more researchers like you, and then you, during your master's degree, you publish from your thesis as you go on. I know within a short time, you will excel. So I look forward to seeing you as a professor like this man very soon, in the near future. So I wish you the very best, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vice-Chancellor, sir. Thank you very much, our dear distinguished students. Now, we're going to ask the audience for questions. Please, if you have any questions for the panelists, kindly put up your hand. Questions, please. Questions or comments? Okay.
Okay, so I'm Madam Shiva Ray Kandam. They say the Basa University of Abuja, and we thank God. I stand up first and foremost to congratulate everybody who has taken the name of this university to the skies with this excellent academic performance. Congratulations to all of you. But particularly to celebrate a very brilliant young lady there who has been able to become a professional accountant at 300 level. Please join me in clapping for her. So I'm standing up to open your mind, sweetie, that accounting is no longer just one single subject, accounting like it used to be. You have started early. And to introduce you to the brand of accounting known as forensic accounting, where I believe you are going to make a name and also a great impact in this country. You have age on your part, and you have knowledge and brilliance to your advantage. I want to encourage you to think about picking up your next level of professional qualification in forensic accounting, so we not have people flying in from America to come in here to carry out forensic investigations when we have people like you around. And if you want to know the way, I'm ready to show you the way.
Thank you.
And to offer you that I'm ready to also carry you on my back to ensure that you land there as a forensic accountant. To the rest of you, I want to say the best never rest. And the key is what I call LLL, lifelong learning. Because knowledge expires very speedily and very sharply. Today you have made the first class, we celebrate you. That is not an easy feat. But before you sleep and wake up, this knowledge of first class must have expired. And if you want to keep being the best, you have to keep learning. I want to encourage you to embrace the lifelong learning concept and run with it so that we see your names written not just on the skies of our time, but on the skies of the world. I just want to say congratulations once again. Thank you for making us very proud.
Thank you very much, Ma.
So the Vice-Chancellor, sir, and everybody seated here, I stand on existing protocols, and members of the panel, wow, congratulations for this great feat with all the high GPAs and everything. So we heard what you've said, we have everything that, and the encouragement, what you want to do. So my question is just a practical question. We know that in this era, artificial intelligence, the accounting, you know, there are some of the jobs that have been listed that in the near future, artificial intelligence is going to take over accounting. So in your own experience, how did you tackle artificial intelligence, and how do you hope to tackle artificial intelligence in the future? So the question, I think anybody can answer, but particularly to the one, the accounting lady, because it's one of the courses that, one of the fields that has been listed that artificial intelligence will take over in the future. Thank you.
For
on. There's no.
Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm not taking over, but because she particularly mentioned accounting, I would like to answer her. Once upon a time, I'm sure you will remember that when the engineers came up with tractors, all the farmers cried that the machines were going to take over their profession. But not sooner or later, we all discovered that the tractors only made farming easier. The same goes with artificial intelligence and the accountancy profession. There is no way artificial intelligence will take over the accountancy profession. People need to write the programs, and artificial intelligence programs must be written by people who understand the accountancy knowledge. So it only opens up more areas and fields where the accountant today needs to look forward. Artificial intelligence, computerization will never take over the job. Rather, it will make it easier. Instead of sitting down and waiting to balance the accounts and the ledgers manually, these systems have come in place to make it easier. So my answer or my advice to you, the chartered accountant over there, is that, like I said, knowledge is expiring very speedily. That was the advice I gave. So you need to get caught up with the recency of knowledge. Accountancy profession is no longer about being important, but remaining relevant. And remaining relevant means that you must imbibe the current and the relevant skills which are offered to you by artificial intelligence. It can never take over your job. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bossa. Tomorrow's, the topic for Thursday is actually on this. FinTech, AI-driven world. So it's on finances and artificial intelligence. And how they use them for some of this, interswitch and then flutter wave and so on. So it will be nice to hear what Bossa has said, being buttressed by the Mr. Agbola on Thursday. Yeah, Mr. Tanimo.
Thank you very much. Vice-Chancellor, panelists, and audience. Well, mine is a goodwill message to the panelists. You have done wonderfully well in your various areas of study. And I have a piece of advice for all of you. Whatever your area of endeavor is, you may decide to be in the academia or you go to the private sector or public sector. You are ambassadors of the university. University of Abuja, University of National Unity. You are all graduates and you graduated based on character and learning. So please, wherever you find yourself, ensure you are good ambassadors of the brand, University of Abuja. Please ensure you carry the flag high. Give a good impression of yourselves and of the university. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Madam Tanimo. You've said it all. You've said it all to them, and I believe they will remember that fatherly and wonderful advice you've given to them as a guide for the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The Vice-Chancellor, the Registrar and other Principal Officers of the University, our moderator, the one I choose to call our own Chimamanda. Mine is not a question but a comment. I want to sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, say that this particular informal discussion has actually raised the stake in what has been happening in the University of Abuja by way of convocation. I want to congratulate and sincerely appreciate the Vice-Chancellor for this initiative. But my regret about this program is that we are just very few or too few to listen, to look at these our products who on their own had decided or were so independent, so focused, so determined, so studious. So if all the students in University of Abuja were here, it would have reduced what we do individually as lecturers. But what I can assure the great graduates is that you have made us proud. Those of us that are teaching in University of Abuja or teaching any university in Nigeria, it's not because of so much money we receive, because of our love for knowledge. And when you see people that have passed through you perform to this extent, it elongates your life. And it tells you that certainly you are not in the wrong place. So I want to sincerely appreciate and maybe recommend that from time to time, now that sometimes we don't have annual or yearly competition, if this type of gathering could make an annual event in the University of Abuja, it will go a long way, sir. And I say congratulations.
Thank you very much, Dean of Law, for that contribution. Thank you very much, Bossa and all the contributors. Thank you. And we hope that next year we'll see a graduate of law sitting among the best graduating students from your faculty.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dean of Law. We appreciate. But just to add, the chairman of the convocation, Professor Ladeto, Olarewaju Aladeto, is very innovative. What it used to be as a tradition, the Vice-Chancellor holds dinner with the first-class students, you know. But in his own wisdom and his wonderful team, they call it a fireside chat. So we are chatting here, and then it's just I'm not seeing a fire. Somebody says it's AI-generated fire. You know, I say unless you bring a suya man, you know, to put fire somewhere, you know. But we'll continue to build on it. I think this is more like it. This is where we gather more people rather than just a dinner, chatting with just the first-class graduates. Other people should come in. Some of them are doing as good as these ones, but they are in their penultimate. Some are in their final year now, and they let them see that they are in the right path. They are on the right track, you know, and then it will strengthen that confidence in them. So I think it should be something that should be an exposition like this, open to everybody. But next time, I'm sure we'll put fire somewhere to be burning, just to make the name complete. So thank you very much.
Please, Professor Agente would like to speak? Okay. Vice-Chancellor, sir. But that will be the last contributor.
Thank you, distinguished Vice-Chancellor and the panelists. It was a good interaction. I'll play the devil's advocate here. The essence of, or one of the objectives of a fireside chat is for the high flyers to interact with the Vice-Chancellor. And during the course of this interaction, the VC threw a lifeline for those interested in academia. All of you have spoken. 2 persons indicated interest. What I thought it would have been an opportunity for you to grab that opportunity, but you spoke vaguely. You want to do your PhD, you want to do a master's, but I thought you would have very willingly accepted that lifeline. I didn't hear that. Thank you.
Oh, sir, there's fire behind you.
Fire.
Okay. So,
but that's good. Very nice. Very good view. I am very happy. It's a wonderful evening. And just to say that we have offered a lifeline to employ. It is my hope that by the next convocation, we should be saying we're employing, because it will not be a combined convocation. So let's say, for example, we have 75 first class. We can boldly say we employ all the first class, because it will be in different disciplines. And some of them will say, well, I want to go to industry. Some will, so it may not be all the 75. So by God's grace, let's see how things go. In future, we could expand and keep expanding. We can expand next to say the best in each faculty, which means we'll be talking about 18 or 19, 18 of them. And then when we see we can absorb that properly, openly say all first class, something like that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Vice-Chancellor, sir. Thank you very much, distinguished colleagues here present. Thank you very much, dear students, for remaining till the end of this program. Thank you, most especially our...
Sorry, I need to add something. I also want us to acknowledge the contribution of the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council. When I called him to say that, Pro-Chancellor, we've not been employing, I want to make a pronouncement. I think we should start it. This is a university. The brightest of the brightest should be the ones we take as our own alumni. You know, finish from here and develop a career from here. And he said, okay, that am I comfortable with it? Can we absorb it? I said, yes, it's been like part of the University Act. It's been a tradition. He said, okay, let's go back to it. And he approved it. Wow. And that is why I'm able to make that pronouncement.
Well, thank you very much for that wonderful opportunity, sir. And the registrar wants to speak to...
The Vice-Chancellor, sir, the panelists, distinguished members of members here and the audience. I just want to confirm what the Vice-Chancellor said. It has been the tradition of the university for the past 15 years or so. Each faculty, the best graduating student, have been offered automatic employment by this university. It has been those who have been here for the past 20 years who testify to that. It's a policy. It has been a policy by the Senate and by the university. All best graduating students from each faculty have been offered automatic employment. And I'm happy that the Vice-Chancellor has reaffirmed that from the Pro-Chancellor and let us resuscitate that policy and continue that. It's going to encourage our students so that instead of bringing people from outside to come us, let's start grooming our own so that they can do better. Thank you very much, sir, for that initiative.
Okay, sir. So thank you very much, everyone. Today's conversation reminds us that success is not just about intelligence, but resilience, discipline, and purpose. On behalf of everyone here, I celebrate your achievements, and I wish you all a future filled with even greater accomplishment. And we hope to see some of you here with us very soon as our dear colleagues. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a good evening.
For those who care to stay behind, we have dress rehearsal.